Now, with the increasing number of early pregnancy, teenage pregnancy, and STDs, which is continuously on rise, it begs us to ask the question, where do they get this information from? And there are parents constantly shying away from this topic. The youth really need to get the proper information as to what sex is about.
With the right proper information on sex awareness, it will actually cut the rise of so much problems that stems from the lack of sexual awareness. My name is Aaron Anaji.
You come, man. You're welcome to Destinedstars talk show 2-1 of sexuality. Today we're going to be looking at sex awareness.
Sex is a natural way of life that happens with or without sex education. Just because our religion value abstinence doesn't mean our kids will. Most parents shy away from sex education, leaving their children to learn from it from the bad sources. Children first hear of sex from their peer groups, mass media, schools, church, then lastly parents, which is not supposed to be so. Parents are supposed to get their children enlightened, make them know that the erogenous zone, that's those parts that arouse them, make them know that sex organ, make them understand that it's private. That will help them appreciate it more and keep it private.
Over to you now. What really is your opinion as to sex awareness?
I want to look at what are the people with a different view of what sex is to them. Some they have sex for pleasure, some for lust, and some for procreation. Now, where do you belong in that sex? Now, the awareness. Like what we are doing now is creating awareness to youths. Actually, like what my second said here. She said the sex awareness should start from the home. Parents to their children, because you should mentor your children. Tell them what is or what sex is before they indulge into it. They should be aware. You should create the awareness to them so that they don't go and be misinformed.
I believe with time and effect, we could actually pass the right information, just exactly what we are doing today. I believe shortly after now, questions will be rolling in from our viewers. But before then, there's a question I would like to ask, and I want to direct it to you, Mrs. Elizabeth. Right? What do you think, how do you think we can maintain this cordial relationship, with the opposite sex without getting aroused?
Sometimes our body make us do things we'll regret after doing. So for me, the youth should always talk about sensitive things in an open place. And again, if you find yourself in an enclosed place talking of such, you know how your body system works, you know how you feel about such topic. It's better you walk away if you can handle it.
People who, in their opinion, they feel nothing. Like, in their opinion, they think no matter the temptation or the pressure,
They can resist it.
on them that they can resist it. What will you advise or what will you say to such an individual, Mr. Chairman?
All right. Our best is flee. There is no man, even the mightiest of man, cannot withstand it.
As human, if you're normal, except you're abnormal, you get this sex arousement even from birth. I think when I gave birth to my daughter, the first 3 days of her being, I saw some stains of blood in her diaper, and I was scared, thinking maybe I've injured her in her genital organ. When I called the doctor and did some researches, I found out that it was normal. That every healthy child, not every, like 10% of them, always see their first menses the first day of their birth, the first 3 days of their birth. So from birth, our sexual organs are already active. We don't need to grow to some certain state before it get activated. Even the male gender, I think from after circumcision, I guess, some days, if the male genital organ does not erect while maybe in the morning when he wants to pee, from small, the parents should know there is something wrong and seek medical attention. It's normal.
Mr. Chedika, I've heard it said often by spiritual leaders mostly. I've heard them say that there's more to sex than just the physical aspect. I'd like you to talk more on that, since we're looking at sex awareness. Is sex just the physical aspect, or or there's more to it?
You know the trend now about DNA.
Yes, yes.
You know that you discover that people are trying to go for DNA and all those things. Now, sex is beyond physical. It's now scientifically proven. Go and check that when you sleep with a guy or a guy sleeps with a boy sleeps with you. Now there is every tendency that DNA of that boy stays with you for a longer period. And after marriage, maybe you will have a carnal knowledge with a guy, and after some years, the same person gets married to you, and both of you want for procreation. You are going for procreation. There is every tendency that the DNA of the former guy you slept with will still remain in you, and that boy, that child of yours, takes over the DNA of the other guy you slept with, because it takes time for your husband now, or it takes time for your husband. The more he sleeps with you, the more he makes love to you. That is when the DNA of your husband will kick off the other person's DNA. So you discover that we're having issues with DNA, people going for DNA. And last time I searched, I discovered they said 70% of those that go for DNA tests boils down to be negative. Or is it positive? So that is the reason why we should avoid premarital sex.
These days, youth see sex as something normal.
Yeah.
Formerly, anything about sex was meant for people that are married. But for now, even children in primary school indulge in it. So I think if our youth can just go back, think about their life, this is not what you want. I know sex is what you're waiting for. If they can wait, understand it. I think and that gets to do with our parents also. When parents talk to their children about this, they get the better understanding of it. They appreciate it more. That one will help them to appreciate and wait for it. Not trying, because children are very curious. They want to know everything. There are some stages they reach. They want to just explore.
Yeah.
And if you don't get them to know it at the right time, they will explore in the wrong way.
Question ruling, very interesting. It will help you to build more, right?
Okay.
And it will help you, our audience, right? The question came in, it said, what if you are in a position where you can't flee? What should one do?
Now, I've been in a position where I had such an encounter.
Okay.
Now you have 1001 rules to go.
Okay.
When it comes, there are times you can push.
Yeah.
You understand? If it takes you that, you are in that, you push that person out. Now, there are times, there's something that happened and someone shared with me. She said when she got to a man's house, when she got to that place, the guy invited her and she got to the guy's place. Both of them were together and he discovered that this guy was all over her. What she did was I'm not ready for this for now. Oh, okay, I love you also. At times you use wisdom. Can I do it another day?
Wisdom.
You understand? Can you please just allow me today? That man is not mad.
Yeah.
Except if he's a madman. There are one I said, if it is taking to slap, you push and slap around. But if you know you can
before it gets there, right? Apply wisdom. Talk to the man. He said, please, I have the option, but not to do. Can we do it another thing? I'm telling you, that man can calm down.
It's not in all cases.
It's not in all cases.
It's not in all cases.
Because some people are not listening.
In the case of rape, the girl don't want it, or the boy might not want it. Even boys are raped also these days. Yes. So the person might not want it. Sometimes force does not really work for you. You just use wisdom. Okay, wait, I will do it. Just be the person.
Let me take another one more question, right? I think it's more interesting if we get the viewers talking and then airing their opinions and then we are trashing it up. Thank you so much for that excellent one, Mr. Chiaki Calvin and Ms. Elizabeth. Thank you. You see, you're still with us on this show. Viewers, we're taking more questions right now. Now, one more question that says, what is your advice against premarital sex? But marriage isn't compulsory. So what's wrong with two consenting adults having sex?
For my religion, as a Christian, sex is supposed to be for only married couples.
Okay.
Yes, that's for my own religion, and that's what I believe. Maybe your own religion tell you something else, but for me, marriage is supposed to be just for married people.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. Mr. Kelvin, do you have something?
Yeah, in fact, I believe other religion, at least Islam also.
Islam also, yes, talk
Islam
about the same
also
thing
talk
too.
about the same thing. So I believe other religion will definitely.
Yeah.
Now, you want saying you're just
Marriage
into
is-
one. Yes, it's encouraged. You can be alone without, if you think, if it's possible for you.
Yes.
If it's possible, then what stops? If it's not possible, what stops you from getting married? Maybe one or two things and all that. But as much as you can, it's better not to
Indulge in it.
indulge into it. That what you cannot finish, don't start.
Don't start.
Yes.
We are human. We are human. There's blood flowing.
There's something, just like you putting a child staying inside, that child becomes timid.
Yeah.
As soon as he or she goes out, she wants to explore any small opportunity. That's the same thing with sex. If you don't talk about it, keep sounding to their ears. When they go out, sex is very sweet. That is true. Let me try it. So, but if you talk about it always, they see it like normal. So nobody can convince them to do it in the wrong way.
The best gift you can give to your spouse is sex on your wedding night. So keep it till that day.
It's
So
what
when
it
you
is.
unwrap that wedding, that thing, it becomes a memorable one for you. Thank you.